Blind Date 91912 Part 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Blind Dates! And here is your host, Miss Cilla Black!
Thank you. Hello and welcome to another Blind Date, where the prize for the winners is a date and a dinner. And speaking of food, I've got a friend, who lives on the fat of the land. She teaches aerobics. But we've got 3 girls here tonight who certainly don't need to improve their figures. They're lovely enough as they are, so let's go and meet them. They're over there. Hello, girls. Welcome to Blind Date. Hello. Let's start with you, number 1. What's your name and where do you come from?
Hello, Cilla. I'm Samantha and I'm from Blackpool.
Hey, Sam, have you got a job, Chuck?
Certainly do. I work in a bank as a bank cashier and also in a pub.
In
2 nights a week.
In a pub? What do you prefer?
The pub, actually.
Why is that? Is that because of the tips and everything?
Yeah, the people, they're all friends that come in, so just have a good laugh. I get paid for enjoying myself, basically.
Oh, you're a bit crackers anyway. I mean, you went to a fancy dress ball last year. What did you go as?
Tomato. I've since been called Squashy Tomato off everybody, so...
Did you win first prize?
No, I didn't actually.
Well, let's hope you have better luck on tonight's Blind Date. What about you, number 2? What's your name and where do you come from?
My name's Tracy and I come from Birmingham.
And what's your job, Trace?
Tracy.
Sorry, I'm being friendly. I called her Sam. I called you Trace. You prefer to see Tracy. All right, Tracy.
Right, I'm a wages clerk and a receptionist.
Are you Tracy?
Yes, I am.
What do you do in your spare time, Tracy?
I like keep fit and I do a lot for charity.
Really? Mm-hmm. What kind of things do you do for charity?
Well, the last one I done, I dressed up as a French maid and collected over £100 in 1 hour.
Ah, as a French maid?
As a French maid. I could have collected a lot more if my work would have let me have more time off.
Oh, really? Well, we won't go into that. Your French maidness. Let's pass on to you, number 3. What's your name and where do you come from?
Hi, my name's Alison and I'm from Aberdeen.
Hi, Alison. What do you do up there?
I'm a student studying Russian, German and psychology.
Gosh, do you have any spare time, Alison?
I've got a wee bit, yeah. I do running, swimming, walking, reading, dancing the night to it. All the usual stuff.
All the usual stuff, as well as learning all those languages and everything, Russian. Ooh. Go on, give us a bit of Russian tonight.
Не очень рада быть здесь сегодня вечером.
Hey, that impressed me. What did you say?
I can't remember.
Well, no doubt you spread a little bit of glasnost tonight.
Oh, very good.
Yes, I'm learning fast.
Yes,
I
you
am. Everybody enjoy Blind Date,
Thank
all right?
you.
I'll see you in a mo. See you later. Oh, isn't that super? And what a terrific trio our lucky picker's got to choose from. And here he is. Oh, you're in for a treat. His name is Tom, and he's all the way from right here in London. Come in, Tom. Well, Tom, you've got 3 lovely girls beyond those screens. Tell them a bit about yourself. What do you do for a living?
Well, I'm a student at Swansea University, studying American Studies, which takes me to Louisiana University next year.
I know, but apart from Louisiana, where you're going to spend there? I mean, you've been all over the world. Tell everybody where you've been, Chuck.
Well, before I went to university, I took a year off and went, first of all, I worked in Paris and then flew to India and travelled around Asia before going to Australasia and then Hawaii.
What do you eventually want to do after all these studies?
No idea. I might work in the States, I think, when I finished.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to live there, so I'm quite keen on it.
Well, let's hope one of those girls beyond those screens hopes to join you over there in America. You've got 3 questions there, look. Fire away with your first one.
OK, well, the first question is for number 1. When I play football, I'm a centre forward because I never miss an opportunity to score a goal. Which position would you choose to play in?
Who's that?
Well, Tom, I think that I'd play the left back. That is, left back in the bar with the drinks waiting for you.
OK, number 2, please.
I think I'd be the defender because I can defend your body against all the attacks and from the screaming women after the game.
Sounds like a strong woman. Number 3, then.
Well, I think I'd be the referee because that way I'd be able to keep an eye on you and I could send you off if you ever misbehaved.
OK, this is to number 2. I've travelled extensively and find it hard to stay in one place for long. Do you have the gypsy spirit, or do you prefer to put down your roots?
Well, I have some gypsy spirit in me because, as Paul Ding would say, wherever I lay my hat, that's my home.
Have you always been a good singer? It's just a one-off.
Try me later.
OK, number 3 now, please.
Well, actually, I do have a bit of the gypsy in me because I can see into your future. Yes, I can see you picking a tall, dark-haired, beautiful Scottish girl.
OK, and number 1, finally.
Well, with a name like Gypsy Rose Sam, what do you think? No, joking apart. I'm actually very happy where I come from in Lancashire, so I think I'll stay there for the time being, unless, of course, that is, you can offer me something better.
Do you like exotic locations, then?
I love them. Where are you going to take me?
Anywhere. OK, the third question to number 3. I excel at skiing. Tell me one thing that you excel at.
Well, I excel at 2 things. Everything I do and everything I see.
Sounds very tempting. Number 1 next, please.
Like you, I also love skiing, but I especially excel in the après ski. Make a good double act.
OK, then, number 2, finally.
I enjoy Keep Fit. I like to keep my body nice and trim for people like you, Tom.
Are those the 3 questions?
Yes.
Yes, make your mind up time now, Tom. But don't make your mind up just yet, because here's our Graham. Now, this is very important. Listen to him very carefully. Here he is.
Now, Tom, will your date be number 1? The Lancashire Rose who'd go downhill with you any time. On skis, of course. Or how about athletic number 2? But watch out, she may throw you over her shoulder. And don't forget excellent number 3. But be careful how you handle her. She could give you a red card. The decision is yours.
Oh, Tom, I know you're fine. finding it difficult. Who's going to be your lucky number tonight?
Number 3.
This lady speaks several languages. Russian, would you believe? Russian? Oh. But look at the 2 that you turned down. First of all, how could you turn down Sam? That was number 1, and she was from Blackpool. Come in, Samantha. You also turned down number 2, and that was our Tracy from Birmingham. Come in, Tracy. There she is. She didn't look that little sit down, did she? Oh, but this is it. And I don't think you'll be disappointed, because I think you made the right choice. Ladies and gentlemen, our Tom chose number 3, and that was our Ali from all the way up there in Aberdeen. Come in, Ali. What do you think of our Alison?
Terrific.
She speaks such a lot of languages. Tell them how many languages you speak.
5.
5. Russian.
Russian, German,
Little bit of
French,
Spanish.
Spanish, Italian.
She'd better pick somewhere abroad then.
Oh, sure. Well, she's going to pick it, is she?
Yes. No.
Oh, come on. Oh, someone's got to pick. Come on. Oh, Tom, I hope it's good. What does it say, Ali?
Fireworks in France.
Well, that's not bad. Do you know what this year means in France?
Oh, centenary of the Eiffel
It's the bicentenary of the revolution this year, and you'll be spending it in Paris and then popping off to Versailles, which is not far from Paris. That I do know, for a big fireworks display. And you must know that all the food there is absolutely delicious. And Ali, look at that face. Couldn't you picture that face? What a hung. All we ask you both is to come back next week and tell us all about it. Will you do that?
Of course.
Yeah,
Tom?
sure.
Super. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom and Ali. See you next week. Were Libby and Darren, who visited Bath before taking to the air in a balloon.
Put them upside down, so you know which way they're going.
Who's that fella there?
That fella, that's Henry VII, and he was the king.
Yes, we have a speed, I suppose, of about 10 knots towards the west-southwest.
It's fab. I love it. I'm just worried about my hair going up, that's all. Apart from bending down 10 feet every time that thing goes up.
Blind date. You were ever so brave going up in that balloon. I mean, did you eventually come down to earth with a bump after spending a day with each other? Shall we find out?
When the screen first pulled back, she said I looked like Prince. And, like, no one's ever said that to me before, you know.
I thought he was so attractive, really nice hair, nice face, and he was nice and tall as well. And his sort of dress sense, you know, really complimented me, and I thought he was fab.
In Brummagem, right, Libby would be sort of described as a Boston wench, and that means she's a really right-on girl, really beautiful.
He said he thought it was a compliment. He said, "You're not as gross as I thought you'd be."
While we were on the train to Bath, I don't know if it was because of my conversation, but Libby decided to fall asleep, and I followed suit quite soon afterwards.
I didn't expect him to kind of, you know, make me the star attraction of the whole day, but I would have liked some sort of, you know, small talk.
The reason I was bored was because I had a very, I've got a very sort of low boredom threshold, and I need exciting things and people to sort of occupy my time.
And his face just stayed exactly the same, and the only time it changed was when his jaw went lower. And it just
in Bath, we sort of walked side by side.
He always walked 10 paces ahead of me the whole time. I put deodorant on, but it still didn't work.
At the Roman Baths, there was a lucky pool in which we were asked to throw some coins into. I threw my coin in and wished to go home.
He definitely thought I wasn't too good, you know, up here. But he was reeling off all his A-levels and his O-levels, and he's dead intelligent. He really is. But he doesn't bring broad-mindedness with it too. You know, I think he's very narrow-minded.
I probably didn't show my best side on the date. I wish I had, but unfortunately I didn't. I'm a nice person, really.
I don't really hate him. I don't dislike him. I just don't understand, you know, why he couldn't sort of raise 1% of enthusiasm for the whole thing.
Well, to be quite honest, I haven't slept as much as I have on this date in all my life, you know. I haven't had as much sleep. It's been quite therapeutic, you know. But, not my idea of an ideal date.
Who's a naughty boy then,
I
Darren?
apologise. From the bottom
That wasn't
of my heart.
you actually did say at the end of the film, you know, you're a nice boy, really. But you said some really naughty things there. I mean, you said it wasn't, you like doing exciting things. I mean, going up in a hot air balloon is not exciting. What is your idea of excitement? Come on, tell us. We're dying to know, aren't we, Libby? Yes.
My idea of excitement is, like, a good time. Good time.
But how would you describe a good time?
A good time is doing things that you wouldn't normally do, you know, sort of...
When you go hot air ballooning
when you go hot
every
air
day.
Right, it's like doing things on the spur of the moment, you know.
Yes.
Having ideas, just doing it.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you know, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen that day for you. But what about Libby's feelings over here? Because...
I know.
Yeah.
I was a bit tired and I'd been to Bath before, so I do apologise, you know.
Is it because you're two totally different personalities? Would you put it down to that?
No, I wouldn't. I think we're sort of quite alike, really.
It's too, yeah.
I mean, I think we're too alike, you know. But it just kind of... Neither of us sparked each other off, did we?
I think, like, yeah, I'm a bit of a blasé, laid-back person, you know, and, like, I've got loads of enthusiasm, really, but, like, you know, when you meet another blasé, laid-back person, you know, you're just sort of blasé and laid-back, aren't you? It's just... just there. And, like, you know, like, this date wasn't sort of representative of what I'm really like. She'll have an opportunity of finding out in the future. When she comes and sees me, I hope. If she does,
Are you going up to Brumbyland, Libby?
I don't
know. No, he's in Cardiff, aren't you?
Yeah, she can come and see my band and stuff like that, you know.
But, yeah, I'd like to come and see your band.
But I apologise from the bottom of my heart. She's a smashing girl. And I was just a bit of a pillock, really.
Well, I thought you made a smashing couple. When you were on the show last week, I thought these two are really going to hit it off. You got on well, but it wasn't the type of date that you both wanted to be on together.
Both too lazy.
Yeah, that's it.
Both too lazy.
Yeah.
Going to try harder in the
future.
future.
Kick me up the backside.
Not this time. We all love you, Darren. Don't worry about it. Thanks for coming on Blind Date. Better luck next time, both of you, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, Libby and Darren. Well, it's time to take a break, but we'll be back in a trice to find out how John and Tracy enjoyed their lovely Lisbon date and to meet the girl who'll have the choice of one of these three lucky lads. See you in a couple of minutes.
This is Blind Date, Series 5, Show 6, production number 91912.
Welcome back. Now, you know we're all 2 minutes older, you know that, don't you? Since I last spoke to you. But don't worry, I have 3 golden rules for keeping young. Please believe me. Eat sensibly, exercise daily, and lie about your age. But right now and right here, we've got 3 young men who don't need to lie about their age. I hate them. But they're all so young and they're all so handsome, so let's go and say hello. There they are over there. Let's start with you, number 1. What's your name and where do you come from?
Well, Cilla, my name's Steve and I'm from Newcastle. Why?
What do you do up there in Newcastle?
We smoke tabs and drink beer.
I got the last bit. You drink beer. What was before that?
Smoke tabs.
Smoke tabs.
Smoke.
Oh, you smoke ciggies?
No, I don't.
No, we don't smoke on the show, do we? What do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I love to windsurf.
Windsurf?
Yeah.
In Newcastle?
Yes.
Well, it could be worse. It could be on the Manchester Ship Canal.
In the North Sea.
In the North Sea? Isn't it a bit cold?
I'm tough.
Yeah. And when you're not windsurfing in the North Sea, I mean, what kind of girl would you like to go out with?
You, Cilla.
Oh. I like you. Do you know why I like you?
Why?
You're such a creep. On to you, number 2. What's your name and where do you come from?
Hi, Cilla. I'm Mark and I'm from Essex.
What What do you do for a living?
I'm a student at the London Hospital.
What do you eventually want to be? What kind of a doctor?
Well,
Yes. A stupid question. What do you want to specialise in?
it's too early to say at the moment, really.
Is it?
Yeah. Just enjoying being a student.
You do?
Yeah.
I mean, I know. I mean, I'm so interested in why people want to be doctors. I mean, cut people up and make them. Do you want to do that kind of thing?
That cutting up has a certain appeal.
We'll leave you with your ambitions, all right, Mark? What about you, number 3? Hey. Erring in the right ear. You've got to be a musician. What are you?
Well, my name's Darren. I'm from London, and you're right, Cilla. I am a part-time musician. Yes.
Are you?
Yeah.
Talent when I see it. Now, do you earn your living from being a musician?
No, well, when I first came down to London, I did work around North London pubs for a little while, but I had to give that up, so...
Why?
Nobody ever listened. So I got a bit demoralised, and I had to go underground.
Underground?
Yeah.
Well, that can't be... I love underground music. Where'd you go?
London Underground.
Not on the wrist for me. Now, if you were to be picked tonight, what are you hoping for your would-be blind date to look like?
A bit like Dawn French, really. Intelligent.
Intelligent.
Smooth.
Yeah.
And cuddly.
And a great sense of humour.
Yeah, definitely.
It's such a refreshing change. Well, I wish you all three a lot of luck on tonight's blind date. Most of all, enjoy it, won't you? See you in a mo. See you later. Well, any one of those 3 lads could be going on a blind date. But it's up to the girl, and here's the girl one of them will be dating. She's from Barnsley, up north there, and her name is Helen. Come in, Helen. Oh, Helen, everybody's dying to know what you do for a living.
I'm a student. I'm studying PE at Liverpool.
PE at Liverpool, isn't that lovely? But you're a very sporty person.
Yeah.
And eventually you want to be a physiotherapist. And I love reading about you to an American football team. Why is that?
Well, the American Olympic squad would do quite nicely, actually.
Why? What's wrong with our British lads?
Well, they have Carl Lewis's thighs and Calvin Smith, and I don't know. I just think they're more appealing.
Oh, wait.
And they can run faster as well. So.
Can they? Well, we've got 3 very appealing lads beyond those screens. And you won't be disappointed with anyone who you pick. You've got 3 very appealing questions to ask, I see down there. Fire away, love, with your first one.
Right, to number 1. I'm a PE student, and amongst other activities, run 3 miles every day. If I invited you to join me on a run, what would you do?
Well, it's a little-known fact that Daley Thompson actually said to me for the last Olympics, Steve, can you just step down? I want to go for the 3rd gold. And obviously, I just had to respect his wishes. So a 3-mile run, a jog in the park.
Number 2, same question.
Well, I think I have to ask you about your other activities first. But if you were still persistent, I'd agree to come running with you if you agreed to come rowing with me. That way we'd both be in the same boat.
Right, number 3.
Well, as an ex-PE student myself, the furthest I ever ran was to the hospitality tent after a match. But for you, I think I'd run a marathon.
Right, second question.
Didn't that impress you, Chuck?
Well, I don't know. Right, number 2. If you could create your own designer label, what would it be called and why?
Ooh. I think I'd have to call it Nicholas Allsorts.
Dirty Bassett.
There's lots to choose from and difficulty choosing anything, really.
right? Right, number 3.
Well, design a label. I think it'd have to be something like boiling point, because hopefully you'd be able to raise my temperature.
Mind you, if you just run a marathon, it will be quite hot, won't it? Right, number 1.
Well, my label would have to be Dodo. Because by the time we get my clothes, they're extinct.
I'm glad to see you're so fashion conscious, number 1. Right, question number 3. I see myself as a bit of a Calamity Jane, and nothing excites me more than galloping through the Wild West in search of a cowboy. Convince me that you are my Lone Ranger. That's to number 3.
Well, as you know, cowboys are renowned for sitting around campfires singing songs, so I'd probably have to serenade you. Something like this. Well, east is east, and west is west. But if you don't pick me, I'll be depressed.
Number 1.
Well, I've sold second-hand cars, I've sold double glazing, and I've even worked as a builder. And if that isn't a pedigree for a cowboy, I don't know what is.
Number 2. Same question.
Well, hi-ho! Helen, I'm a rough and rugged man. The night is still young.
But no, Mummy says I have to be home by 10 o'clock.
Choose pronto, Tonto.
It's make your mind up time now, you know, Chuck. Have a little think about that one while we hear Graham with his recap.
Well, Helen, will you pick Dodo number 1, who reckons he's a cowboy? I reckon he's more of an endangered species. Or will it be number 2, the mummy's boy who's always putting his oar in? Or maybe you prefer number 3, Marathon Man, the campfire cowboy with a low boiling point. The decision is yours.
Come on, Ellen, tell us all.
But I think with his little rendition, it'll have to be number 2.
Well, you're going to find out soon enough. First of all, you turned down number 3, and that was Darren from London. Come in, number 3. The audience say, there you go. How could you, Darren?
I'm such a big guy as well.
But you also turned down number 1, and that was Steve from Newcastle. Come in, Steve. This is it. You're number 2. Here he is. His name is Mark, and he's from Essex. Come in, Mark. What's first impression?
I like his glasses.
Yeah.
His glasses. What do you think about her? She's from Barnsley, you know.
Oh, very nice. Got a friend from Barnsley.
Yeah?
Yes.
Now, this is the most important part because, you know, somebody's got to choose where you're going to go on that blind date, and it better be good because, you know, you just like his glasses. That's good for starters. Glasses, and he's got a mate from Barnsley. Come on, choose. Choose.
Choose.
Choose. Come on, Helen. What does it say?
A trip to Port Merion in Wales.
Helen, it is the Little Italy of Wales, and you are going to go on the train up there to Chester. Champagne breakfast. Be met at the station by a chauffeur-driven car. Am I getting to you?
Yeah, you're getting there.
And then you're going to be... well, I give up. You can have a super time if it kills you. All we ask is for you both to come back next week and tell us all about it. Will you do that?
Yeah.
Super. Thanks a lot. You're going to enjoy it. I know. I can feel it. I can feel it. Ladies and gentlemen, our Ellen and Mark. See you next week. Enjoy. John and Tracy went to Portugal on their date. John and Tracy. Lisbon looked a lot of fun. But what was it like that at the end of the day? Shall we find out?
The first thing I noticed about Tracy were her eyes. They're very large and they're very beautiful. I think I'm a sucker for brown eyes anyway.
John said that he picked me because I had a lively accent, which was unusual because he did nothing but pull it to pieces all the time that we were in Portugal. For instance, I'd say, "Oh, that's a nice boat over there, isn't it?" And he said, "Ah, lass, it's a real grand boat, that." Super.
Tracy's accent is typically northern. It is lovely. It's very harsh and very matter-of-fact. Unfortunately, I can't imitate it. I think we'll leave that line to Cilla.
But he did talk very well. Frightfully well. And Cilla had mentioned he had a plum in his mouth. Well, he didn't have one plum, he had a bowl full.
When we arrived at Lisbon Airport, I was rather hot. So I took off quite a few of my clothes. I, in fact, took my socks off, and she very kindly put them in her bag.
He didn't offer to carry the bag or anything. And in fact, he said at the airport, "Oh, you've still got my socks?" I said, "Oh, yeah, they're in a bag somewhere, so I'll give them back to you next time I see you." He says, "Oh, washed and ironed?" I said, "Never." I said, "This is blind date, not blind laundry."
Unfortunately, she isn't knowledgeable about wine. The first meal that we had together, I asked her whether she preferred French or German wine, and she didn't know. In fact, she didn't know French and German wine existed, I don't think.
The waiter brought the wine, showed him the bottle and everything, and he poured it out, and he did the business. He's there, picking up the glass, smelling it, swizzling it round, tasting it, sort of like, I've had better.
I can't believe how much she talks. Over a meal, she'll be talking away. I mean, it's quite handy, because I could get some sleep in, It's quite an exhausting day, but she talked quite a bit.
We went to a disco at night, and I did dance with him briefly to a record, and I think he was quite shocked by this. I'd actually touched him and danced with him.
When we went to the disco, I think we were both looking out for somebody else as well. Me more so, I think, as I went along with some binoculars, just in case I saw somebody, I did meet somebody, a young girl from London, believe it or not, but she's rather nice. Taking names and dresses.
John wasn't really the adventurous type, and so I was, but I could see that he wasn't, so I didn't try to do anything silly. And at one point, he tried skipping down the street, but he didn't skip, he sort of dangled like a thunderbird. He's quite tall and skinny, and that was quite funny.
Tracy and I are from completely different backgrounds. She likes completely different people to me, more rough and ready type, and I like a more rough and ready type girl as well.
I think John had very expensive taste. taste. But if in real life he was taking me out for a date, it'd be fish and chips and his BMW.
On the whole, we had mostly the same views about politics and things like that. Although she's more, she's more lefty than I am, but we'll have our own point of view, don't we?
I don't think that I was John's ideal girl, and he really isn't my ideal man. I think he'd be more suited to Bonnie Langford or...
John, that's super!
By the way, what colour are your eyes, really?
They're green, right? They're green.
They are not brown, they are green. How could you do it,
Probably
John?
gazing into that girl he met in the disco.
Yeah, her eyes were brown.
The girl in the disco's eyes are brown. But how could you do that to your Tracy here? So what happened in the disco? Come on.
Oh, we had a really good time. I mean, everybody was dancing.
Dancing. Don't give up. I'm sure he must have some good points to him.
Well, I said he was a snappy dresser,
Yeah.
but I was wrong. No, he's a very nice guy for the right girl, but I just don't think it's me.
You don't think it's you? Have you anything to add to that,
No,
John?
I think, yeah.
He thinks
She sums it up.
He's a very nice guy for
I think I'm a very, very nice guy, and yeah.
Now, John, I know this is a silly question. Are you actually going to see each other again? I can't help it, John. He's coming out. I know, it's catching, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, no, she did say that she's going to come down to Devon, but,
She did say that she's going to come down to Devon.
Oh, was that? Oh, right. Well, there you go.
There I go.
Yeah.
You were going to go down to Devon, but wasn't to see him, it was for the weather.
Yes.
Ah, what a shame.
Blackpool weather's not that good, you know.
Never
Devon
mind.
weather's supposed to be.
Well, the summer's been great, but no chance of you seeing each other. You're going to go down to Devon for Devon, sightseeing. No chance of you going up to Blackpool.
No. Oh, he wouldn't drive his BMW through Blackpool.
Why is that, John?
I think I would. In fact, I was only there about 2 weeks ago.
We had the best fish and chips up in Blackpool, actually.
I
Absolutely
do agree.
super.
Oh, yeah. Brilliant.
Well, you're not going to see each other again. I mean, there's no hope, is there? There's no hope.
None at all.
Well, you know, I always say to people when they ask me, you know, what's my favourite bit, and I love the sofa bit, and I always say I love it when they get on. I get upset when they don't get on, and I'm really dead upset now. But all right, you're not upset, and that's the main thing.
Yeah.
You're not going to see each other again. Well, you've given us a lot of pleasure. Yes, you have. A frightful pleasure. Yes. Thank you both for coming on Blind Date. Tracy and John. Oh, it's a shame. It's a shame. And, you know, I've gone on so much. We've run right out of time, but we will be back next week to hear how Tom and Alison got on in France and how Helen and Mark enjoyed themselves in Port Merion. And, of course, we'll have some more blind dates for you. So until next week, it's ta-ra then. Ta-ra!